Logan.
right,
Yeah, we are
back.
waiting on Logan.
We're how long are we gonna wait on Logan? Honestly,
Let's just start talking because we don't know how long that's going to take.
all right. Well, you
The
know,
The average time's
that could-
3 minutes. So
True.
and it's been like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
go Logan. That's it.
Co- Props to Logan.
All right.
Good job.
Filling space part
5.
5.
Part 5. All about E3, pretty
Yes.
much.
So we've watched.
We've watched EA, and then we just got done. Literally, just got done watching the Microsoft.
We're still technically watching Microsoft coverage right now.
It's the
just
post-show.
Yeah, but we just got done watching the actual.
Oh, good.
Logan
Expo.
saved his marriage. That's a great.
Logan saved his marriage.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah, let me move my mic real quick.
So yeah. So EA had their conference last night, and Microsoft just finished theirs.
Let me make a drink.
Interesting things to come out of that so far, I think. Nick,
Hey,
you really have like the most insight on a lot of the gaming world to me. I think.
you think?
Because you
I would second
know
that.
a lot of the more indie titles and things like that.
Yes, I do. Yeah. What's your question?
What do you think about? I mean, EA is definitely not indie, but like, what do you think about EA's conference?
Well, EA's Battlefront. That's pretty much it.
Yeah,
There were.
well, they literally from the beginning were like, we're gonna sell out and we're gonna talk about Battlefront for half of our conference.
They said
Yeah.
that at the very beginning.
Yeah,
But other than Battlefront, there was that.
I guess sellout's a bad word. I guess go all in is a better word for that.
Yeah.
They had that. I already forgot their name, but the BioWare's game that we just saw on the Microsoft conference. They also had that Anthem. Yeah,
Yeah,
that looked really good too.
the
I'm not.
gameplay does look solid. I'm not sure. I don't really know what it's about.
Other than those
to
two
this
games,
point.
it was pretty much sports and
It looked like an exploration.
Well, yeah,
Way Out too. Yeah, Way Out looked good also.
Yeah, Way
I was
Out-
excited for that.
yeah, and we'll talk about that in a little bit, because I think that's a whole nother discussion, like a way out.
You got a lot to talk about that.
Just because it's an interesting concept, I think.
State of Decay looked good. It looked good because it seemed promising, but the actual gameplay footage at the moment is kind of wanky. Like it's
that was. We'll talk about Microsoft's conference in a little bit, because they did a good job, I thought. Except for showcasing their console, they could have done a little better, I think.
the only reason I brought that up is I'm watching this.
Well, State of Decay is on
Yeah,
the TV right now.
this guy's running and he looks kind of funny.
Anyways, but a little bit more about EA. So, how does everyone feel about Battlefront 2?
excited.
It's gonna be
Good?
great.
Okay,
Very excited.
I'm really excited because it's no longer Battlefront 1, which is a fun game. But my two complaints are lack of campaign, which is everyone's like complaint.
Yeah.
And also the fact that it's literally just Battlefield with a Star Wars skin thrown on it. So,
Yeah.
but they're bringing in. Did they have third person in?
I saw third person in the
Yeah,
trailer.
yeah, yeah.
that
but
was
did
the
they have,
thing.
did they have third person in Battlefront
Yeah.
1, the last
Yeah.
one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
Okay.
can play either or.
Okay, I couldn't remember.
I mean, first person was the way to go, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just couldn't remember. I just remember playing third person a lot in Battlefront, like the original ones. So, but it looks a lot more like a Battlefront game to me, and also the campaign looks dope as heck. So, a lot to be excited about Battlefront 2.
Yeah, a lot of my complaints about Battlefront 1 was the token system. How people would just camp on the tokens, so a lot of people were just hanging out,
yeah,
not actually playing the game. And then,
they completely alleviated that.
yeah, now it's like based on your score. So you have to actually participate in the game to actually get the powers and stuff,
Yeah.
which is very good. I like how there's how you can customize your heroes and stuff. That's going to be fun.
The classes.
The
look
different
really
classes
good.
look really cool.
We were talking
Especially
about
like the what was it, the officer class?
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
really interesting. Kind of like that reminds me of like in D&D, the cleric or like the paladin or something. It's kind of what that reminded me of.
Yeah, the different classes. There's a lot to be excited about with that game.
Space battles.
and space battles, and they talk
Yes.
to. They're adding so much more content. They're going free. I don't know if it's. I don't think it's all of it.
I think it's starting out.
but
They're giving free
starting
content.
out, all the DLCs for the game will be
that
free.
was kind of irritating to me because I remember when I read about how they were already developing DLC for the game and the game hasn't even released. I'm like, why?
Yeah, I
like
don't
that's
really
literally
get-
trying to milk cash out of people at that
Well,
point. Just
okay.
include it in the game.
It also seemed. It seemed kind of pointless.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're already doing
But
DLC, why is it not already in the game?
not
DLC
a-
should be stuff that's like
Yeah.
added on after the fact.
Not a ton to complain about though because it's free.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing is, they kind of put to rest my issues with it because the fact that it's like, oh, it's actually gonna be free. I'm like, oh, never mind. Now I don't have to be mad about it.
Yeah,
True that.
we'll see. I mean, EA does the DLC thing so
Yeah.
much. They,
I mean, I bought the DLC for Battlefield when it first came out, and I was like, okay, that was a waste because it was
Yes.
4 maps for $20, and I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna keep buying maps. That's dumb. I'm
No.
not gonna do it. It's not worth it.
Exactly.
So
Well, and I also know that they have like season passes and stuff like that. So I mean, because
still.
the thing is, like for example, like I like the Forza Horizon games, and I usually get like the Ultimate Edition or something. So it comes with a season pass and like car packs and stuff like that.
if it's something that you really love, I say go for it.
Exactly.
but-
So that's the thing is like,
I mean,
I do like, but I
might
also
be going.
don't like it.
I might be going all in on this Battlefront game.
Yeah, honestly.
It's on this one. It's worth it.
Yeah.
The only thing is though, which I can see why they didn't do it, but I don't think it has co-op campaign.
Well,
But
I mean,
it does have co-op, but it's like the skirmish mode or something.
yeah. I
like that
mean,
is
but
what it's
I
called.
don't really. Co-op campaign's not a big
That
deal.
would
to
be
me.
really cool though.
Oh, that'd be awesome. But
Because I mean, A Way Out is doing it. And
okay, yeah. So that kind of leads us.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we can all agree Star Wars is awesome.
Yeah, yeah. I
Battlefront's
mean, I don't know what else we can say about it. It's gonna be great.
But A Way Out, really ballsy game.
super. Yes.
yes.
It.
Oh wait, real quick, I do want to mention. I forgot. I wanted to mention this with Battlefront. I'm really happy that they're making it canon.
Oh,
in
yeah, yeah, yeah.
between the second generation.
Well,
and
that's
the
why
third
the
generation.
campaign is
That's
something to get excited
really
about.
cool.
Because it's not just like a. It's not just like a campaign or
It's not just a story, yeah.
Yeah, a random story. It's a
Yeah.
whole thing.
Well, and I like how like between the first and second gen they did a movie, but
Yeah.
for this they're doing a game. It's really kind of tying everything
yeah,
together.
well, and there's so much like expanded universe Star Wars stuff now.
Mm-hmm.
Even with Disney scrapping everything that was technically not canon before.
Yeah,
they
yeah.
added a lot of it back in.
Yeah.
they just
I think they were just sifting through.
well, they did that to give themselves the freedom to write
Yeah.
what they needed to, what they feel they needed to. Anyways, so back to A Way Out, since we were on that for like 2 seconds.
yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Let's go back to that.
But A Way Out, interesting game.
So good.
Yeah, and if you have someone to play it with, looks completely worth it.
Yes, absolutely.
They're being very, very gutsy
Oh yes.
in doing that because
Absolutely.
you're isolating some of your
Your audience.
some of your
Yeah.
audience because
It's a gutsy
like
move.
some people don't like playing co-op games.
Yeah.
I really enjoy co-op
Yeah.
modes and games and stuff like that. So
I know me personally,
cool with
like
it.
there's sometimes I don't mind a co-op game, but for the most part, usually I like single player games. I don't typically like, Call of Duty games, for example. I would always play the story and then I put them down.
yeah.
So that's the thing is like, but when I watched the trailer, like the
Oh, yeah,
way
yeah.
that they're handling it made me
Well, it's-
instantly think I want to go find some
Yeah.
like you or like Chase or Nick and like get with you guys, get this game and play it together.
And it looks fun. I like co-op games because I like the whole like camaraderie of
Absolutely.
playing a game with somebody and like doing stuff like that and like part of like friendship and making memories.
Well, and the other thing is, I like the characters in the game are very opposites.
Yeah,
So you
yeah.
can almost kind of screw with each other a little bit. I kind of
Yeah.
like that. You can kind of mess with each other and like
I want to
run your own
see
agenda.
what sort of decisions you get to make as a
yeah,
character.
yeah,
Because I know the game's not selling itself on its gameplay as much
No.
as it's selling itself
Well-
on its story.
He did say that every situation you're going to have to do something
Yeah, you have to
different
do something
each
different.
time. So that's kind of cool. That it's not going to get
But
repetitive.
I'm wondering if that's you're gonna have to make a bunch of different decisions, or
Yeah.
if it's gonna be like weird game.
The
I
way it
don't see.
looked like is it's going to be a different way to
Yeah.
like to play each situation, not just approach, but actually
Yeah.
play each situation.
So, we'll see how that game does.
It
looks good.
I think that it's going to do well enough with a specific
Yeah.
audience that actually want to play co-op.
Which-
that will do well.
Good for EA. They had a pretty good conference.
Yeah.
People have not really been liking them that much of late, so they're
Well,
kind of getting.
downside for me, it's a racing game. I mean, I think I'm about the only person that here that actually plays racing games.
Fast and Furious, the game.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Need for Speed, when they came out with it last year, when they rebooted the series, they actually went to fans, talked to them, figure out what they wanted, and reboot the series, which I really like that EA's been doing that, not just with Need for Speed, but they also did that with Battlefront.
Well,
Big time
because-
with Battlefront.
Because and they literally came out in the press conference with Battlefront.
Yeah.
Hey, we heard a lot of good stuff about the game. We heard some. He called it like specifically constructive criticism.
Yes.
But then also went back on and
Yeah,
said
yeah.
that's a way of saying not positive. Like,
Yes, exactly. Yeah, they acknowledge. What I like is EA seems to finally be honest with themselves
Yeah.
and like saying, "Look, we hear you guys. We know that we've kind of screwed up.
Yeah.
Let's make that better." And they're actually bringing the fans in, the players into work
and
on
they're
games.
mega stars that are in the game. The
Yes.
John Boyega
Yeah.
tweet. That was really funny.
So, and that's the thing is like Need for Speed, they revamped the series and everything last year, but now they're doing. I understand why they're trying to get away from like the racing sims and everything like Forza, but
Yeah.
but and I appreciate that they're capitalizing on customization. That's a big thing for me.
Yeah,
That's literally the
customization thing.
only reason I would get the Need for Speed Payback, because the thing is the storyline looks. It doesn't appeal to me whatsoever. I like cars for cars. I don't really want to.
Storylines in racing
play
games are always
Fast and Furious.
weird to me too.
They are, because it's literally just a thing to say, hey, this is why you're in a car. But
Yeah.
I don't need a reason. I like cars. I that's my reason to be in a car and driving it.
Yeah, well, story modes in those games has always just been kind of awkward.
Yes, and that's the thing is it's like they try to kind of shoehorn a story in there when really I'm in here because I enjoy driving cars in a video game.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'll be honest. If it's on sale, I'll probably still get it because
Yeah.
I like the customization aspect of it.
Yeah.
But
And what else did EA?
We'll see.
What else did EA even do?
Sports.
Sports games.
Yes.
They did a lot of FIFA and a lot of Madden.
yeah,
The one thing I will say about Madden is having played. So I haven't played really any of the recent Maddens. Well, I think the last one I got was like 14 or 15.
you're a little behind.
I'm a little behind at this
Couple
point.
years.
But I think like the first Madden game I played was like 06. And they had a superstar mode in the game. And it was it wasn't really a story, but you like had your own player and you had an apartment and you had like, you would do stuff with that character and
That was easily my
who you
favorite.
made. And it was a cool mode. Like it was like, I'm making myself in Madden. And they still kind of have that mode to a lesser extent, but they're bringing back like a story mode into.
They're trying to resemble 2K.
Yeah, they're trying to do what 2K's been doing for like 5 years now.
Yeah.
So,
A little behind the 8 ball, but
yeah.
it's all right.
And then they're also doing NBA Live is finally coming back. 2K's still going to destroy them. So,
Oh,
whatever.
yeah. I'm
much
interested
to
to
talk
see
about there.
what they're going to do with that.
It looked like 2K. The last NBA Live game they made was
It was trash.
so bad. I think they took a few years off and revamped it though, so we'll see.
Yep.
But we'll see. I mean, I think it's gonna be hard to take 2K off the throne in like sports games right now. Well, except like FIFA. FIFA's always really popular. But and what was weird about the sports games is they completely showcased the story mode of the games. They didn't really showcase the gameplay that much. But I mean, which is an odd approach to like a sports game.
At the same time, I think
But
I don't
people
really play
like
sports
feeling
games,
like
but
that.
at the same time, I think it's kind of one of those things that people know what to expect with it.
Yeah.
So I think they're trying to finally, because they have kind of like the Blu-ray option and everything, they can actually really refine the
true.
gameplay and add a story.
Yeah.
So I mean,
We'll see. I mean, and honestly, like the story mode in sports games are usually kind of bad.
Yeah.
All the 2K ones are like
Yeah.
weird to play, especially when you're like the last one, like, my character's white because I'm white, but I have a twin sister who's like a lot shorter than me. She's black. I have black parents.
Yeah.
It's kind of like what?
Well, that's the thing is, it's like if they're gonna do a story, I get like wanting to insert yourself in the character
Yeah.
and everything, but just let me play a character that fits in the story.
Nah, I mean, well, and
You're an adopted twin.
An adopted
yeah,
twin.
it's
yes.
I mean, it's just, and I think they know what they did there. It's just, it's fun, anyways. But
Sports games.
pretty much, I mean that was
That was
EA's
it.
conference. They didn't
Basically.
do. I mean, they did 30 minutes of Star Wars.
Yeah.
which
The conference
did, like, a whole
was
gameplay thing.
the YouTube video that I watched of the conference was an hour and 18 minutes, and 30 minutes of it was
yeah, I watched it.
Star Wars,
like,
which I honestly I think was kind of a good play on
I
their
watched
part
it
because
live,
that was a big thing.
but like back a little bit.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like it was still live stream, but I was like behind
Yeah.
the live stream a little
Got
bit.
to it a little
but-
late.
Yeah, but
Big point though, today.
Microsoft.
yeah, Microsoft. They had an interesting conference.
Okay, yeah, let's talk about that for a minute. First off, all we expected to be was Scorpio.
Yeah, they did a lot of games.
And
Surprisingly,
then
a lot
it
of
was
games.
literally back-to-back game trailers.
Yeah, it was all game trailers.
Well, and they did like a good 15, 20 minutes of Scorpio.
yeah, they talked about Scorpio a lot, which I see because they released a lot of the specs for.
Yeah.
Well, it's not even called Scorpio anymore.
Oh, yeah,
It's
sorry.
Xbox One X.
Xbox One X.
So
Not the S, the X.
yeah, and which is
Creative.
they beefed out the Xbox One and gave it some,
It's
like
pretty
solid
nasty.
specs. I mean, it's good specs.
Yeah. It can run just about
Yeah.
anything at full spec.
You're
and just
basically
be
running a
tasty.
PC in a console.
Yeah.
At that point.
PC
It's-
specs, basically.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
like a good setup. I mean, that's not
Yeah.
the
And
best you could do, but that's a really good
It,
setup.
it's a good. I mean, it's a solid setup. It's not quite to like. I mean, you can still get more on PC because you can throw more money into a PC.
Well, hang on, real quick. I actually didn't think about this question because
Mm-hmm.
I don't price PCs and everything. Could you get the same specs? Like, what was the price again?
It's
$500.
$499. Yeah.
$499. Okay,
Yep.
so $500. Could you get the same specs out of a PC for the same price?
Pay about $100 more. Yeah, but then you can also do everything.
yeah,
on
I know
PC.
it's still a PC, so you have
So you can
internet,
still, like,
you can
internet and all
download
that.
whatever applications and everything. You
Yeah.
still have the versatility of a PC, but at the same time, if you're just using it for a gaming rig
Yeah,
and not worried about Steam, you mainly just want like mainstream like console titles. It's not
yeah,
awful,
not awful.
and it's starting out at a newly released console price.
Yeah, I think it's about $100 more than where everything else was.
What did the Xbox One
I
release
think
at?
it was $400.
Yeah, it's $399.
I think
Was
it was
it? Okay.
$399.
Okay.
So they're doing what Apple did to their iPads, and when
Which,
the
I mean-
iPad Pro came out, they jumped up to like a new
Yeah.
price tier.
When the Xbox One came out, though, it didn't have the specs of the Xbox One X.
Yeah.
So,
Well, people kind of in like the electronic world, which it's not as much as it was anymore because Apple
Yeah.
just did the same thing. People kind of expect when you release a new thing, release it at drop the price point for the old one.
yeah.
Put the new one at the current instead of tiering up.
Yeah.
But
Well, and also, but the One X, who does it focus on? It focuses on the hardcore gamers that have probably already been saving for this console.
probably yeah.
I mean, because the thing is, if I was a hardcore gamer, I was like, man, Xbox, Project Scorpio, I'm gonna start saving right now,
Yeah.
putting $50 aside each paycheck. I mean,
Sell your old Xbox.
exactly. That's the thing, and that's the thing is,
Yeah.
if I were to buy that, I would totally have the intention of selling my
Your
my
current
Xbox
Xbox.
One and buying that.
To someone like me who's not
Hey,
going
I'll
to pay the
pay.
$499.
I'll buy your
Yeah.
Xbox.
Yeah.
I'll buy your Xbox for $150.
I mean,
No
unless
thanks.
Okay.
it's going to look good on a normal TV, but I mean, it's really pushing the whole 4K. So if you don't have the 4K TV,
Well,
it's
one thing I did
it
appreciate.
upgrades- Okay, so well,
it does upgrade.
let's talk
It
about
yes.
that.
upgrades to 1080p. Honestly, okay,
It does make
4K
1080p look
is-
prettier.
4K is not the big selling point to me on that. 4K
Yeah.
is nice, but really,
The frame per second.
okay, when you do like 4K, most people, especially playing like this close to it, you're not going to notice it that
Yeah.
much. The 60 FPS
Yeah.
is what puts that over the edge.
I feel like all the 4K is really
Because-
doing is just raising the ceiling, not necessarily bumping
Yeah,
current
I mean-
games up, but it's just giving developers a bigger playground.
Yeah, well, and they've had not like true 4K, but they've had 4K in their system like before. The 60 FPS is what really does it.
The Xbox One S has 4K.
Yeah.
It's just it
It's
doesn't
not
have all
as-
the processing capabilities.
And the thing with the 4K is like you won't see it as much. Like most people aren't going to be able to tell the difference. Like the colors will look more vivid. It's got a better dynamic range. But also, like having played PC games and having had 60 FPS for a while now,
Yeah.
60 FPS is way worth it.
It really is really good. I'm
Like-
glad people are going to get to experience it on Xbox.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because like, I mean, 60 FPS is nothing new for
No,
gaming.
no, not at all.
But 60 FPS for a like console
Yeah.
is new.
Well, and also, let's be honest, like Forza, that's their big flagship game
Yeah.
for the Xbox
Yeah.
One X. That's their, and it's because it's a Xbox exclusive and it
Yeah.
always has been. But like that game, even
Yeah, it looked good.
on my 1080p TV, it still looked absolutely gorgeous with a frame rate and everything. Because
Yeah,
that thing
well-
is like Forza, there's so like, you got 16 cars moving
Yeah.
around and everything. There's dust being thrown up. There's parts on the car vibrating and everything.
Well,
it looked really good.
And the biggest thing I can remember, and it's gonna take some getting used to for people to do 60 FPS on a console, because I remember specifically I played Borderlands on PS3, Borderlands 2 on PS3, and then I got like the Handsome Collection when they remastered for PS4.
Yeah.
And they added that new frame rate for it, and it was like smoother. I was like, this is really, really weird. It's so smooth.
Especially for like Borderlands, which is such a fast pace,
Yeah.
but like I can only
Yeah,
imagine
but-
that seeing that running
I mean,
smooth.
really, like 60 FPS gaming is super nice. So that's, I mean, props to Xbox for like getting that. All the other bells and whistles, I don't care about. They only help it achieve that like 60 FPS. So, I mean, good for them. $500 is still too much for me to want to pay for a console.
I'll snag the old one.
I'll snag the old one. I have a PC, so
I mean, honestly, seriously, like pro tip. When in November when the Xbox
Oh, no,
One
no.
X comes out, keep a lookout for old Xbox Ones
my-
because everybody's gonna be selling them.
my birthday is around the
Oh,
beginning
man.
of November.
I'll get you. I will not. Somebody should get you an Xbox, a used Xbox One.
But honestly, at this point, it looks like a lot of the exclusive games and stuff that are coming out on Xbox are also coming out on PC.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
might not even need one.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
yeah, no, true. It was like Windows 10 and Xbox
Well, hang on,
exclusives.
but
Plus the
let's
crossplay.
be super honest here.
Yeah,
if
they
you're
are
a PC
crossplay.
gamer, you're not worried about any of this.
no,
No, honestly.
You're
but
just not.
yeah, and that's the thing. And the one thing though, I think Microsoft did a terrible, terrible job at this conference was showing off the system, because
Yep.
they were talking about how impressive the system was, but then everything they showed off was an incomplete game where the animation
Yes.
wasn't done. It's
Yes.
like, am I viewing this in 60
There was a
FPS?
couple games that were really polished, but
Anthem looked
but-
really good.
Well,
Yes.
like Anthem was done.
Metro
was
Oh,
done.
man.
I mean, those look good. But then a lot of the other games, I was like,
State of Decay 2 looked really wonky. Like
Same
there
with Crackdown.
the part where the girl talked
Yeah.
but didn't move her mouth.
Yeah.
But
that
I mean,
happens so much.
but at the same time, with State of Decay 2, I know that game is still
Yeah.
early in development, so I think they were just trying to like get us stoked for it. But I understand what you're saying too, where like if you're gonna like introduce a Xbox One X with the
Yeah.
all the incredible capabilities,
And-
then show polished games.
yeah, and I just, I don't know. It just didn't really do a good job of like showing that console for me. But I mean,
Yeah,
the specs are impressive. Also, one thing that does concern me about it is the liquid cooling, because if you're a parent, do not buy that for your child because he will break it. Because
I know nothing
So
about
with liquid cooling, once you plug it in and turn it on, you better bolt that thing down and not move it, because you could possibly ruin the console.
Yeah, it can be fragile. It depends on how they do it, really. But since it's going to be mass produced like It is.
I mean, I'm sure it's bolstered.
Well, the thing is,
ready.
Microsoft in their conference, they did say that they made it as like ready and durable as they could. So I mean,
As
it
they
is
could.
Microsoft. Let's be honest. I'm sure.
it is
Well,
Microsoft.
actually, okay, yeah,
it
never mind.
is
Let's be-
Microsoft.
It is Microsoft, but they did go on and on and on. I don't know how much
They
of it's
go on
true.
and on and on about
I don't know how
everything
much of
they
it's
do.
true. I know you're not an Xbox person. I'm holding out hope that they mean it when they say that they put everything they could into engineering and designing this console, where they did make it in a way that the liquid
Yeah.
cooling isn't going to be an issue. But that being said,
We'll see. We'll see. Well, okay.
it's new. It's the first time anybody's ever
that's
done
just-
that in a console. So who knows?
That's just seeing, and that's just being like skeptical about it, and
oh, absolutely.
and like speculating about it because
Premature
I
speculation.
mean they might do a solid job of it, and it has yet to be seen. I just want to see,
Yeah.
because like when stuff like that comes out, when people buy it, they'll talk about
Oh
issues.
no! Me
things
being
like
an
that.
Xbox person, I'll be completely honest. It comes out November 7th.
Yeah.
I would not get it until next year.
No, yeah,
I wouldn't buy it because that's until next year, and because that's when they're gonna, all the mistakes are gonna start popping out when they're selling like a few hundreds of thousands of consoles and
Yeah, yeah.
everything, and then all the issues are gonna pop out.
kind of like
and-
what I'm doing with the Switch right now.
that's
Yeah,
and that's
exactly.
electronics. But
Yeah, that's true. Like a new iPhone, you're gonna run into that kind of stuff.
yeah, so we'll see. I mean, there's a lot yet to be seen really about it.
Yeah.
And we won't get to see it until people start buying it. So we got a
Exactly.
few months to wait.
And that's why I would just wait till next year. Personally, for me,
Yeah.
because
I
the
mean-
thing is, I bought an Xbox One when it first came out,
Yeah.
and my power brick, the thing in the power cord, the big brick, the power converter, whatever, that thing crapped out on me, and I had to like send it in and have it fixed, or they had to send me a new one and everything.
Yeah.
Like, so that's the thing is, I've experienced that. I've experienced a brand new console because I got the day one edition.
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
like the special controller and everything. Word, yippee! But like. That's the thing is you have to be careful getting a brand new console like
Oh
that.
yeah.
They're
And-
releasing at a good time though, because right around the holiday season.
Yeah, but perks about it: 60 FPS and less likely to overheat, and it'll be
And
quieter with
12
that liquid
gig,
cooling.
12 gig of RAM.
Yeah, well, you're probably not going to fully unlock the 12 gigs of
But
RAM.
that's fine because that means that
Yeah.
my ceiling is.
yeah.
It means that my console is going to have to strain to reach what I want
it
to.
is also like GDDR5, which is different than like computer RAM.
Okay.
So I don't really I don't know tech what that really
Yeah, I don't
means,
know.
how that translates. But
I
it
know
is
people that know about that stuff, but I don't.
it is a different type of it's a different type of RAM. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
I thought it was cool how all the accessories are going to transfer over. That's going to be nice.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
that's the other thing is all accessories and everything will
I mean,
transfer over and
I
be
would
usable.
I would expect.
Oh, let's also talk about Xbox, OG Xbox,
Oh,
backwards
exclusives?
compatibility.
It's really goofy.
It's kind of cool
It's
it's
goofy,
cool.
but
because, like I said, I have a copy of Need for Speed Underground 2,
yeah.
and I would totally be down to play it on my Xbox One
No, yeah. And
I'm super excited for it.
because I can play it on my 360. So I
I
mean,
mean, I love it.
yeah.
yeah. So I mean, that's kind of cool that you can kind of dust off some of the old titles,
the
or
old
even go to
stuff.
some of your retro gaming stores because we have a few around here that.
Yeah, we've
Yeah.
got a couple, and I
Yeah.
think that will increase the profit that they're going to start
Oh,
doing. now.
absolutely.
I mean, things are going to really kick off for the whole old school gaming.
Well, and the way that they approach, like literally, they took it, they made a database of all these older games, and then pretty much just inserted a emulator into your Xbox One.
Yep.
That's just the neatest thing.
That's really impressive. That's a lot of work to throw into that.
Yeah.
Of all
Well,
things, that
and
was the biggest surprise.
And they
to me.
were smart about that too, because remember when they revealed that it was like, oh, it's just Blu-ray, blah blah blah, and all of a sudden they came out with an update that's like, oh, I have a DVD reader in here too. What? Like they from the get-go, they designed the
Yeah.
console
Well,
with that in mind.
in the conference, they started with they showed all the 360 titles and said we have 385 titles currently, but we want to go bigger, we want to go more. And so I'm thinking, okay, they're just going to expand the 360 titles,
And
and
then
then
they
that
jumped to the
OG
Xbox.
Xbox logo
And
popped
the crowd
up,
lost
Yeah.
their mind.
and I mean, I lost my mind. I was like, what?
Yeah.
yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
that they're doing that.
There's some nostalgia there, and that's the thing is, and the thing is, let's all be honest, nostalgia sells.
Yeah.
That's why they're remaking movies and games and stuff like
Can't
that.
wait to play SSX Tricky.
Get out of here.
Like, you haven't said anything until that.
Personally, that was the biggest surprise to me. I think
Yeah,
that was one of
yeah.
my biggest. That was
That's
That
a
was
big
it.
takeaway.
And what's funny is they waited till the end of the conference to throw that in. So I really feel like that was their version of icing on the cake.
yeah. They're like yeah.
This is all the future.
Brand
but hey,
new
we're gonna throw
console,
it back
but
too.
yeah, we're gonna throw it back a little bit.
That was really cool. I was excited about that.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot to be excited about with Xbox.
Yeah.
You just got to throw some money at it. If I just can't afford to do all the
Well, and the other thing
new
is, hang
stuff.
on, but we were really worried that it was just going to be Project Scorpio and nothing else. But the thing is, they
Yeah.
really showcased a lot.
A lot
I
of
mean, it was
games.
literally back to back.
They learned from last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So the thing is, and
Good job, they
and
evolved.
also it wasn't just things for the Xbox One X. It was
Yeah.
all these games can also be played on the Xbox One. So that's exciting for me as a player. I feel like it kind of appealed to everybody. Yes, it was all shown through the lens
Yeah.
of Xbox One X, but that doesn't leave out the people like me
No,
who's
yeah,
not
yeah,
going to
yeah.
go out and spend that money.
Yeah, and they did a good. They showed all their games and stuff, and we'll see those like because a lot of those games were like 2018 releases, and we'll see how they keep up to that release date.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because you know how E3 goes. It's like, oh, look at this great new game.
Yeah.
We're going to have it
Well,
early
and then
next year. And
there was a
then-
game for PS4 last year that was shown last year at E3, and they're like, "Oh, we're not going to show it at E3 this year."
Oh yeah, what was it? Stranded, Death Stranded,
Stranding, I think.
Yeah, with the guy from
Guy from The Walking Dead.
yeah, whatever his name, Daryl from Walking Dead. Yeah, and how they're just like, yeah, we pushed that way back.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, Kingdom Hearts was announced
True.
4 years ago.
4 years ago.
That's a whole other story.
So I think we've kind of beat out
yeah,
the stuff in Xbox.
Well, I do want to say, I that Microsoft, we were kind of like meh about it, but I feel like as far as E3 conferences go, as far as bombed E3 conferences go, because
They
they
didn't
have done
bomb.
bad before.
2
I
years
think
ago?
they did pretty good.
When they announced the Xbox One.
Yes,
That-
or when they announced Kinect for the first time and all that, and had
Yes.
like that little
No,
girl that was like
they
really didn't care about playing with a tiger.
I would say that they did a good job of their conference.
Yes, yeah.
Um,
I don't think that they blew anybody out of the well.
No.
They didn't blow me out of the water, at least.
No, and we'll see.
But I wasn't bummed.
We'll see Sony's response to that because Sony may have something crazy lined up that we
Sony
have no
always
idea.
does that.
So
What was your guys' favorite games going around?
That's a good point, yes.
That was my thing
for the new
for
okay,
Microsoft, like stuff that they showed.
Microsoft stuff they showed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I didn't get to watch all of EA's.
I mean, EA
So-
didn't show too many games
So, but
really.
specifically from Microsoft, what were your guys?
What game stands out to you, Saylor?
Yeah,
Probably Shadow of War.
Yeah.
that looked good.
How about you, Nick?
Oh, I don't know if I have a game specifically. I'm gonna look forward to playing Ori 2.
Okay. Yeah.
The game
You
was
mentioned that. Yeah.
super good. It was a Castlevania, Metroidvania type game. It was a lot of. It looked very great. I never got to finish it. I only played probably a couple hours of it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it was a really good game.
Yeah. And the new game looked really, really interesting.
No, yeah, we'll see. I'm just disappointed. Fable 4.
You got a new card game coming out.
Yeah, the Fable card game.
What about you, Chase?
Shadow of War stood out. It looked good, but really, the one that hit me is
Sea of Thieves.
Sea of
I know you were gonna
Thieves.
say it.
I mean, straight up, it looked like it just looked fun.
It did look goofy and fun to play.
I think with our friend group that we have, if we sat down and we
Yes.
said, okay,
I think that'd be kind of fun to play.
Well,
I think if we
yeah.
all got together,
if we all
I
got
think
together
it'd
and said,
get
hey,
really
let's
Yeah.
silly.
do this, we would wreck it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, Metro
Minecraft.
Exodus.
Metro
Get out of here,
looked- Metro did look good. It's different.
Well, that for me, like I said, it's all about. I'm all about single player. So
Yeah.
when I saw that, oh man,
That,
Oh, it
that
looked
did
good.
look really good too.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like the whole like graphics on screen and all that.
yeah,
looks
and
solid.
just like the world and the fact that like it looked like you could really
Yeah.
traverse it in an interesting way. It's like when they slid down the hill, they went through the house, they dove through
Yeah.
the window, they like oh my gosh, what was it?
Zip line across.
Zip line. I
Yeah.
was like,
Zip
I
line,
got
yeah.
paragliding stuck in my head. But yeah, so it just kind of Seeing
when-
that big open world with the train and everything,
When
it
that
made me
train
realize.
came in, Nick.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah.
train, the evil trains. But it makes me realize that that's a big world for me to discover, and I
We should
want
have
to.
a locomotive themed episode.
Are we gonna build model trains while we do it?
That sounds
We
like
won't.
That sounds
It'll
like
run
a
over my hand.
terrible,
That sounds
terrible
awful.
episode.
Fun fact.
mean, most of our
model
episodes are
train
terrible.
terrain makes great terrain for D&D
Cool.
Really?
because nobody cares about that right now.
Wow.
So also, I was gonna go into something, and there it goes.
What was your favorite game? Did you get to that
He
part?
said
Metro?
Metro.
The Exodus.
Yeah.
Right. How about Anthem?
Anthem looked lit.
I don't know
It
about
looked
that one.
fun, but I haven't seen enough.
Like I said,
For the game.
now, and I know I'm just being picky, but it looked like the kind of game that the gameplay would be really interesting, but the story would it just seems like the kind of game that the story would be so jumbled and like convoluted that I wouldn't really ever understand what's going on.
It
Kind
seemed
of like
like-
how
Yeah.
Destiny
Yeah.
was played. Yeah.
Well, there's also too. I feel like I'm forgetting about a lot of games because there's so
many
there's that
games.
whole. They didn't even show all the trailers for all the games. They
Yeah.
there was like a montage of like game.
Yeah, yeah.
Game. I was like, what is going on?
Which is once again, let's rewind back to last week when we were talking about, or the week before we were
2
talking
weeks
about
ago, yeah.
E3 and how we didn't expect them to like do anything but
Yeah,
Scorpio.
and-
My goodness,
I mean, good job on them for doing games.
they stayed tight-lipped about that.
Yeah.
And
So
that's smart.
yeah, and that's good, and which it creates even more speculation, like with Sony, because Sony has a lot of games that people have like speculated about hearing about.
Watch them.
So now let's see.
Watch them be opposite of
Yeah.
Xbox or Microsoft, and then come around and be like, "Hey, we have all these games, but we also have a new console."
Could you imagine if Sony? Well, that'd be
I don't
impressive.
put it past them.
That'd be impressive though if
I
Sony,
don't put it past them.
No, I wouldn't put it past them either. But that'd be impressive if Sony was developing a new console and this was like
Every
nah.
year, Sony, because Sony always seems to come after Microsoft, and every year it seems like they always like come up with something like last minute, like literally the night before, because they watch Microsoft's, and then they come back with like,
All right.
like you remember the conference where they walked up and Microsoft was like $4.99 for their console, and they just walked up the.
$3.99.
Yeah, he just walked up and said $3.99 and walked off stage, and everybody's like, "Duh."
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what was it? Microsoft got the Porsche. I guess we're gonna get 2 cars from Sony. So
Oh,
we're gonna get a Porsche and a Lambo. So
They're gonna get Ty Lopez.
Ty Lopez gonna come up.
Knowledge,
You got my Lamborghini here.
my books.
Okay, shout out to Terry Crews being in Crackdown. That was pretty cool.
By the way, how does everybody feel about Crackdown?
No,
man.
Nobody cares.
Okay,
cares.
I'll be honest. I played the first 2 games and I enjoyed
Yeah,
them.
Chase, you enjoyed the
I did. I
original,
enjoyed the
so,
first
like,
2 games.
Chase, you like crappy games.
I mean, I do.
I was trying to be nice.
I mean, I wouldn't. Like I said, it was the same lines for the new Assassin's Creed. I would buy it if it was on a ridiculous sale. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I'm gonna buy it.
Well,
is-
and we're gonna see how it all goes. I mean, Xbox. There's still a lot to be seen with Xbox One X.
Yeah.
So we'll see that down the road. But some other big reveals. Not really E3, but Kingdom Hearts 3.
Oh wait,
Yes.
but wait, hang on. What about that remastered Final Fantasy 15 for Xbox One X?
I didn't see that.
What?
Yeah.
you didn't see that? That was
Yeah.
the thing.
I
Yeah.
missed
Remastered Final Fantasy 15 for Xbox One X.
Yep, they remastered it.
I
so.
missed that entirely.
That's gonna be awesome.
It wasn't like-
Has anybody here played or Final Fantasy 15?
Nope.
Yeah, Nick has.
I beat it.
What?
About a couple weeks ago, I actually sat down and finished
gracious. I'm like
How many hours of gameplay is that?
a lot.
it. I mean, it wasn't.
It
wasn't-
depends on
I
how
mean,
much you do, because
It was
honestly,
like
like
60 hours. Is
Yeah.
oh, it's only 60 hours. No, seriously,
only-
like I kind of have given up on some of the side quests in there, and I still like
That's
I
over
stopped
2
playing it for like
days.
a few weeks, and then like get back to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I did like put it down for
Well,
a month,
You
a
kind of
couple
have
months.
to, 'cause that game. Well, any Final Fantasy game is like that.
Yeah.
And let's.
Sorry, the reason this comes about is because we actually have IGN's live
Coming
feed
up on
the
screen
TV.
right now.
Yeah.
And I'm watching the remake of Final Fantasy VII.
No.
And oh my goodness.
This isn't the remake. This is a Dissidia a Final Fantasy crossover game. So it's
Yeah.
a fighting game. That's
Oh, okay.
It's Final
Cloud's
Fantasy.
just
Have you guys
fighting.
seen that though?
Yeah.
Where they're completely remaking, like it's going to be like Final Fantasy 15, like the battle style
Yeah,
and everything,
Nick
but
brought
Final
it-
Fantasy 7.
Nick brought it up a couple weeks ago, I think, right?
Yeah. No, I think I did.
yeah, Logan did.
Yeah. And Nick was like, "What?"
I
That's
feel like
going to be so good because I never played all the way
Never
through
mind.
Final Fantasy 7.
I can't remember that back that far.
Yeah, who cares?
Anyway,
Anyway, we're going to talk
anyways.
about that anyway. So
Yeah, so kind of sticking with like Final Fantasy ish.
Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts 3
You guys watch
Yeah.
the trailer?
Yeah.
I did. Yeah,
trailer.
it looks like Kingdom Hearts.
Well, and it looks so clean.
It'd be
That
nice
is
to hear it
true.
in
looks
English.
so
That'll be nice.
clean.
I will enjoy hearing it in English.
Well,
so.
but the
I'll
like
take what I can get on that game.
all the stuff that like the battle prompts and everything were in English.
Yeah.
That's something.
I mean,
You got to hear so
dialogue.
Chase,
I
subtitles. Come on now.
mean, they didn't spoil the story for me because it's not in English. so-
true.
There you go.
So yeah, and
They're looking for a dark one or dark thing or
I will.
something.
That's every Kingdom Hearts game.
Time to go
I don't
replay
know.
those.
I'll be
Hearts.
like confession time. I never played any of the games.
Yeah, no one's surprised.
know.
You're a loser.
I know.
Nah,
It's like Final Fantasy 15, but older.
Literally, Eva just bought it. I will play it.
they're worth it.
Like she bought it today.
They're worth it.
Oh,
Just
nice.
get ready.
The game combo with like the 1 and 2 and all
Kingdom Hearts 1. It's tough
The-
to play.
yeah, the controls
game
that. Oh, I can imagine.
controls
Yeah.
are
Because
rough.
I
It's a
know
PS2
I know
game.
people love that game because of the story. Definitely not the gameplay.
Yeah.
The second one. The second
two,
one.
You're solid.
Yes.
But and-
All I know is screw Donald. He's useless.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
Donald's useless. Always, whenever you can choose to take a hero with
yeah.
you,
Take Gooby.
Gooby.
well, keep Goofy with you. Throw Donald away,
who's Goofy?
Shut up.
and then
Gooby.
and then take like Tarzan or whoever is with you at the time.
Yeah,
So,
pretty much.
Yeah, don't ever. Donald sucks. I
That's
hate
how you
him.
play the game.
He doesn't do anything for you.
Also, just mash A or X.
Yep.
Yeah.
Over and over and over.
So and
Dodge roll.
Learn to dodge roll.
Yeah. Oh, so tonight, since I think we covered everything so far,
Yeah.
tonight is. I mean, and tonight. I mean,
Bethesda.
people are gonna be listening to this a week from now. So.
Yeah.
But coming up is Bethesda, and
Yeah, I don't want to get too much in it because we have
super excited about that.
speculated a lot about
Yeah,
that
yeah.
before.
I'm just super excited about that, and then of course tomorrow I think is going to be Nintendo, and the PC gaming
Yeah.
show, right?
Well, Nintendo's not having Nintendo's not having an actual.
They're not having a live.
They're not
conference.
having like a live conference.
No.
They've already
They're just-
recorded.
Well, they're
it
having
and
the
stuff.
treehouse session and all that. So
Well,
Well,
yeah,
that's-
they're
that's
just
different.
they have a presence.
how does
at
that thing
E3.
work?
That's just like it's like people doing a post show or anything. It's just people talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And while things come on, and they'll have like guests. It's like, okay, no, you're here to talk about your game, and they'll just talk
Okay.
about
Yeah.
it. It's not a
isn't-
conference,
which
It's
isn't
just-
bad, but at the same time, it's not like it doesn't have the it
It's not
doesn't carry the
entertaining.
same presence.
it's not entertaining.
No,
Yeah.
'Cause it's just people like impromptu talking about their game instead of like an actual like.
Nintendo hasn't done much at
scripted.
E3 in a while because they don't have to. So
That's true.
They'll just show.
And
stuff.
also, if I do recall, because I remember watching, I remember watching videos like the 10 worst E3 moments. I remember Nintendo was in a lot of those.
yeah, I mean,
it happens.
yeah, stuff happens.
Well, actually, let's talk about that for a minute, because I remember you were mentioning that, Sailor, where E3 can be kind of rough to watch sometimes.
Yeah, no. EA's conference up until lady who voice acts in Star Wars Battlefront,
Yeah, that girl.
that was really, really tough to watch.
Yeah.
Because none of those guys could talk.
Well, and the thing that I think they run into is the fact that they're game developers.
Well,
They're not used to standing in front of people. So
and
then when they
I-
get up there, they're just like,
There was a YouTube star there who was reading off a prompter
Yeah.
and read the other
Oh.
guy's lines.
Yeah. Was it for Need for Speed?
I think so.
I think so.
Yeah,
where
the
he-
guy from Need for.
And then he started laughing, and then he just started over.
Well, yeah. He like stopped, and it was like really awkward and kind of painful. And I was like,
Yeah,
okay.
I remember him being like, anyway, I'm so and so, and this is Need for Speed Payback, blah blah
Yeah.
blah, and he like started going on.
E3 can be. Xbox.
Well,
did an
and the
alright
thing is,
job
let's
today.
keep in mind, in their defense, it is all live. It's you don't get
Well, no,
multiple
and
takes.
I
It's just
understand. I understand more than anybody that live television is rough.
That's true. Yeah, because you know how that goes.
What do you guys think of the guy? It was like I don't remember the game name of it. It was like the Hunger Game style thing, and he was like announcing the fight going on, and he was like super into it.
I didn't like any of the times when they had gameplay audio going on while the person was talking.
Yeah, they kept
Because-
mixing that with the gameplay audio really loud
Yeah.
over the guy
They
talking.
did that with Shadow of War.
Shadow of War.
Specifically that one.
It was tough to like understand what was going on, but
But yeah, that game that was like a Hunger Games style with the guy announcer. I mean, that didn't look like a good game at all, honestly.
No, not at all. No.
yeah,
I don't even remember what it was called. It was really forgettable.
Yeah.
yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's been a fun E3 so far.
Yeah. If you're getting ready for the cringy stuff, Ubisoft should be coming up soon. They always do terrible.
Well, yeah, and Bethesda tonight. We'll see how Bethesda presents.
Bethesda
Yeah, I don't
doesn't
really
do
know how they
bad.
do.
Well, I mean, Bethesda games are always fantastic.
Yeah, I don't
As
think
far as
anybody
them
really
presenting,
cares.
I can't.
I don't think anybody
Everybody
cares.
makes fun of Todd Howard, though.
Who's Todd Howard?
He's the guy. Just the
Yeah.
Bethesda guy.
Yeah,
Oh,
The
okay.
guy.
he's
The guy?
The guy.
Okay, gotcha.
He's a dude.
Anyway, yeah, no, I'm super excited for Bethesda. I mean, not with too much speculation. A lot of people are really hoping for Elder Scrolls 6.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen.
Did you guys hear about the potential Game of Thrones game from Bethesda?
Shut up.
I have not heard about that.
What?
They were already offered to make one before, and they turned it down. But they might be coming back with a Game
Maybe.
of Thrones style Bethesda game.
Yeah,
It's a potential.
I don't know. But thinking back to Elder Scrolls, remember we did discuss it is, if you're going off of the time between Oblivion and Skyrim,
Yeah, we did talk about
it
that.
is past due.
Yeah, yeah.
So
But
Possibly.
but if you're talking about the time between like from where it's like Elder Scrolls Fallout,
we'll see. I mean, but I mean, those are different development
no,
teams.
no, but I know. I'm
years.
just saying they've kind of followed a pattern of like they do
Yeah, a
Elder
little bit.
Scrolls and they do a Fallout, and
I'm-
they've kind of done it like.
I'm not expecting a trailer.
I just want them to announce where it's at. Which
I
we talked about.
hope-
We talked about this a couple weeks
Yes.
ago, but I just want them to tell me
I
where it's
want-
at.
You saw what they did with Fallout 4. I mean, it's probably, if it doesn't come out this year, it's probably not going to be announced.
And
Yeah.
I respect Bethesda for doing that because that's kind of like what Blizzard does, where it's like, hey, we're making games. You're gonna love them. We're not gonna tell you anything about them until they're
Yeah.
about.
Yeah,
to come
I
out.
just
The hype can ruin the game. Like it almost
Oh,
did with
absolutely.
Fallout 4, and it was
Yeah.
announced the same year.
So Fallout
No,
5
man.
confirmed. Yeah.
No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
Literally an example
Yep.
of hype ruining a game.
yeah,
Exactly.
No Man's Sky. I was kind of skeptical of that game from the beginning because I was like,
Yes,
this is
you
a
were.
weird concept for a game, and then it bombed.
Well, but I remember you were really skeptical, but also equally as excited.
it was a cool concept for a game.
Yes,
But I was like, I don't
but it
know.
did exactly what everyone kind of was worried about it doing.
Yeah.
It just kind of fell flat.
Yeah,
Oh man, I was gonna go somewhere.
you lost it.
I did that twice this
You
episode.
lost it.
Man.
Could it be perhaps because you're drunk?
Oh,
Listen,
Don't say
I think I've
that.
done a great job this episode.
don't let them know.
I'm sorry, Logan is not drunk.
We don't condone drinking alcohol
Yeah.
on this podcast. That's a
Don't-
very bad thing.
Logan is of age.
really
Logan.
drunk.
You have someone who is underage.
I'm a
in front of
minor,
you?
sir.
Yeah, and he's not drinking. No one else is drinking. Anyway, why are we talking about this? Oh, that's what I was going to talk about. I think
There
we
we go.
kind of pretty much covered E3.
So far.
What's on right now?
I'm
I
just
just saw Darth Maul on the
Yeah.
screen.
Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, that's something that we didn't mention about Battlefront, that all of the heroes are going to be in it.
we
That's
actually
really cool.
we did say that.
Did you
but-
guys? Was it
Yeah, I
before I
don't know.
got here?
I don't know. I don't remember that
I don't think so.
conversation.
But that's okay. That's
Oh,
I was saying how the heroes are going to be customizable.
Yeah.
I didn't say how
Oh,
there was all
okay.
of them.
Yeah, that's the thing is that it actually covers all generations, all the way from Rey to Darth Maul. That's
God bless Ray.
yeah. That's that's episode 1 to episode 7. So
Ray.
No. They said they're gonna have all the generations in there.
yeah, I'm really excited
I
about
wonder
that.
if we're gonna get Hayden Christensen.
I hope you hate Christian.
I don't want him. I don't want him.
You and McGregor.
I want to run around with Anakin doing, or like little Annie doing nothing.
I want to run around with Anakin cracking open some younglings.
Oh no! Please
Shots
don't.
fired.
Please don't.
Maybe you'll get to play as the new guy in episode 6. Dang, I forgot his name. Kylo Ren.
Oh,
Yeah,
Maybe he gets to do
You mean
something like that.
episode
Episode 7.
You do. No, he's in there. He's in there.
Kylo Ren is in there.
It shows Rey fighting him.
Yeah, it's gonna be in the story mode. You're gonna get to.
Yeah. You get to play as him and be really whiny and emo.
So
Yeah.
the Tobey Maguire of the Star Wars
I
series.
mean, dude, his face kind of disgusted me when they had his face. I was like, oh goodness.
Put the mask back on.
Speaking of kind of like movies and games, coming out of E3, the Black Panther trailer.
Oh yeah, I honestly forgot about that with all the E3. That
Yeah,
was
I
just
know. I'm trying to like remember what else we were going to talk
we were
about
just
this episode.
engulfed in E3.
Yeah,
But
the Black Panther trailer looks really
I'm
interesting.
excited.
Have you guys seen it?
Yeah.
No.
You have not seen
Way
it?
to go,
No.
Nick.
Dude, Nick.
Did you
It
watch
looks
Luke-
good.
Did you
It
watch
does.
Luke Cage?
Oh my gosh! All I can think about is that song
didn't
where it's
watch
like
Luke
lands
Cage?
down in
Yeah.
Africa.
Yeah.
Oh no, but I like it because it's sticking to. It has a lot of like the African culture
Yeah.
in
yeah.
the game.
Well, and like I told you earlier, is I like that. Like my favorite Thor movie was Thor 2,
Dark
when
World.
when it was all about Asgard and everything. So I think it's really cool that they're sticking to Black Panther's world, and not like kind of like convoluting it with a bunch of other stuff.
No, yeah, and it just looks like a fun movie.
It really does, and they present it in a really light-hearted way, even though it's kind of a heavy story. So I think
Yeah,
that's
and
kinda
well,
cool.
and it looks more serious than some of their other
Oh.
stuff. I kind of hope Marvel gets a little more serious with this movie too,
Yes.
because the goofy thing is kind of wearing off on me.
I think it's gonna be.
It works for Guardians, but
I think it's lighthearted, but still serious at the
Yeah.
same. From the trailer, is what I gathered.
yeah.
But that brings us also into we watched Wonder Woman.
We did watch Wonder Woman. Nick didn't watch Wonder
I
Woman.
did
Chase didn't watch
not.
Wonder Woman.
And
I was-
Eric,
I was
and
listening.
Eric,
Saylor-
who is not here right now.
Sailor and Logan watched Wonder Woman though.
You guys are a bunch of losers. Oh, Sailor, let's talk about Wonder Woman together.
Yeah,
So we
let's
already
talk
talked about it
Wonder
100
Woman.
times.
Let's spoil the movie for them.
First off, it's great.
It's good.
Definitely watch it. Like,
I'm just
I highly
worried
recommend
it's going to
watching.
give our kids the wrong idea
Of what?
that we can expect quality DC movies.
That's a meme.
It is a meme. Shout out to whoever I stole that from.
I was drunk enough to fall for it.
But the thing is, I really like that they and in leading into it, I read enough reviews that like
Yeah.
I was ready for this. But they actually kept the story really like it was a heavy story. It
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
it was dramatic, but at the same time, it was lighthearted enough.
Yeah.
That it didn't make you feel really bummed out all the way through.
No, yeah. Well, it was inspiring.
Yeah, exactly. And first off, highest grossing film directed by a female.
Yeah. Like-
And also first superhero movie starring a female.
And directed by a female.
Really interesting.
Catwoman. Don't you
I
disrespect
didn't even know
Anne
what to say to
Hathaway.
that.
It was Halle Berry.
Yeah.
Anne Hathaway did.
No, it was Halle
It was
Berry.
Halle Berry
It
was the
definitely
Catwoman
Halle
movie.
Berry.
was Halle
Again,
Berry.
the reference in there, that was just so good. It was just a reference. And
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sure.
Chase, just
Okay.
sit down.
Just gonna
You haven't seen the
stop.
movie.
Just
Just
go ahead and
hush.
plug the mic. It's cool.
You won't.
But no.
Oh, okay. No.
I mean, I had complaints with it. There was a few
Well, yeah, it's
iffy things.
kind of the what would we call it when we were talking about it? Her as a character.
Oh, the naivety.
Yeah.
Just the fact that like the whole time. Okay. So obviously it's a given that she grows up on an island that's all Amazonian woman. And eventually she goes in the real world. The whole time she kind of plays this like super driven, I'm going to do what I want. But at the same time, she still complains about not really knowing the world. So it's at first it's kind of silly to watch her go
Yeah.
like really hard on things and then getting like stonewalled by it.
Yeah.
And realizing, oh, this isn't how the world works. But after a while,
Yeah.
it's like, wouldn't you kind of learn your lesson? But that being said, oh, Minecraft. But that
Minecraft
being
Telltale.
said, also that's her character all the way through. Like, it shows her through childhood and everything. She's super like headstrong and does what she wants and marches a beat of her own drum. So it all makes sense. And honestly, all of my complaints for the most part, besides the villain,
we can't really go into the villain.
we can't. Other than just the mustache.
Just prepare for
It's
a
a male.
mustache.
the mustache.
It's a male.
Well, that's a given all the way through.
Just
but
prepare for a mustache.
just if you want to
It's
watch,
freaking Nigel Thornberry is the freaking villain.
oh man,
and the thing is, I don't feel bad about saying this because there's a lot of mustaches in that movie. I
Although-
actually genuinely thought about how many mustaches were in the movie before I like said this, so I don't feel bad revealing this. But the mustache with the villain is just
Anyway,
ridiculous.
just not to talk too much about that.
Anyway, most of my complaints about like the movie and everything, I could always say, yeah, I didn't like this, but I understood why. Like her mother's inconsistency and everything. Like I understood why because they needed to push that story along. So, all in all, honestly, for DC, if one of two things has happened, either they have peaked and they're going to just go back downhill,
or they're gonna plateau.
or they're going to be able to ride that. I hope they ride the wave.
Yeah.
I really do, because the thing is, I like their movies. I like
mean,
their characters and everything.
there's-
I want them to ride the wave.
I mean, there's no up. There's
No.
plateau or down.
No, exactly. If they can just like hang out there, which honestly,
Although,
think about it.
Remember what we talked about? Zack Snyder is directing
That's
Justice
true.
League.
That's very true. And the thing is, if he takes notes from Wonder Woman, he'll be fine.
Yeah, but
And
like,
with the trailer, it looks like he might have.
well, but also he didn't really have time to take notes from Wonder Woman because the movie has already been filmed.
Well,
And
I'm hoping
his-
they work together, but you know.
Yeah, but they had no clue if Wonder Woman was going to live up to that much or have that much hype surrounding
and
it.
let's be honest, once again, they're rushing the Justice League movie
Yep.
so much. If they would have just given it time to actually see how Wonder
Well,
Woman
and
played out, and
it's-
then given like
so
Cyborg and
it's really the
Aquaman their own movies.
It's really the perfect model of not user testing
yeah,
because it's just poor user testing because they like the first two films didn't work obviously.
yeah.
They like people didn't like them that much. So now that
Well, hang on. I liked Man of Steel. I'm just gonna throw that out there now. I know
it's
that people
too
are
doom
like,
and gloom for Superman for me.
This is true. This is true that it was pretty dark, but I enjoyed the movie. Now, Batman versus Superman, it had its high points.
I will say Man of Steel was better than Batman vs Superman. And it
Yeah.
was better than Suicide Squad.
don't even talk about Suicide
But
Squad.
no, but anyways, they haven't user tested at all because like they're releasing Justice League on the
Exactly.
assumption that people are just gonna like it because it's a group movie,
Yeah.
rather than these movies
That's a
were
good point.
reviewed poorly, but now that our movie that's out has reviewed well, wait, we're already set to release this movie.
Yeah, that's a
without
really good point.
Having
That they're kind of like, oh, it's a group movie, so of course you're gonna like it.
Yep.
But the thing is, that's not why everybody liked Avengers. Everybody liked Avengers because they were seeing characters that they've like watched all the individual movies for, and then they get to see them all together.
Yeah.
So that DC's kind of banking on
They-
literally nothing.
It we'll see. Because like
I want it to be great. I genuinely want it to be good.
We'll see.
I want good DC movies because the thing is, DC Comics, they have
Yeah.
great characters, they have great villains. I want awesome movies from it. But
I mean, yeah, DC definitely has a lot of potential there.
yeah.
But remember, like we talked about last week, the doom and gloom thing is not really working
Yeah.
for them anymore. They need to step away from that and get not campy, but a little more
Lighthearted.
lighthearted kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Bless you, Nick.
Bless
we'll-
you.
We'll see how it goes.
And the thing is, if the trailer is any indication of the movie, we might be okay. Because the trailer
We'll see.
was kind of like quippy and lighthearted and
Yeah,
fun.
yeah.
But anyway, we talked about DC all last week. So
Yeah. So we'll talk about movies more because like Spider-Man's about to come out and all that.
Yes.
So
yeah.
but-
Which also let's mention the fact that this summer there's not a lot of good movies coming out.
nah.
Like Going back a couple of summers, or last summer even, there's a lot of like really big hit blockbuster movies, but this summer kind of is lackluster as far as like movies go.
It is a little.
But at the same time, I was sitting there thinking, there's some series that have like wrapped up that have been ongoing series, and then also you have like Star Wars, who's a Christmas time.
But Spider-Man's going to be a banger.
Spider-Man's going to be so good.
Don't tell me it's not going to be a banger.
Oh no, it's going to be fantastic, especially now that it's back in the hands of Marvel,
Yeah.
Disney Marvel. Heh.
With like Sony sprinkled in.
Yeah,
But we'll see. Tom Holland seems like he's going to do a perfect job.
I think he's going to be great. He's the perfect mix of like
He's got a great voice for
teenage
Spider-Man,
boy, but also like
he's
superhero.
21.
Is he
I
really?
thought he was like 17.
I believe it because Andrew Garfield's also older, but he looks like he's like
Tom
a
Holland looks
teenager.
like he's 9.
He does. He looks no more than 12.
Yeah, we'll see. Gonna be a good game. So
Yeah.
good. E3, still a lot to come up on E3. Sony tomorrow, Bethesda tonight.
Dude, I'm really excited for that stuff because
Other stuff.
and I know we already talked about their map, but that map is
Yeah.
oh man, it's such a teaser.
So and we'll talk more E3 next week because it'll be.
yeah. We'll cover the other
during
half.
E3.
Yeah.
Because there hasn't even been a lot happen yet, but no, and it's been a fun conference so far. I think.
yeah. And that actually that's a good point. That like there's some E3 conferences that there's some flops. There's some serious flops. But so far it's been good.
Yeah.
I think that EA and Microsoft both really had a lot to bring to the table.
Yeah, and let's hope Sony keeps it going.
Yeah,
because
absolutely. I'm sure Sony will. They always
my
do.
hope is that everyone in the gaming world does good.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and
I don't want like any of the consoles to do bad.
Yeah.
I want them to produce good content because I want good content.
Yeah, that's the same thing with like me with DC movies. It's like I just want everyone to do well.
Yeah.
I'm not Marvel specific. I'm not Xbox specific. I just want everyone to do well. I want good content. I want everything to be awesome.
Yeah.
Because
I have my preferences, but if it's all good, it's all good.
well, and I don't care either way because I got Xbox One and a PS4. So like, if it's all good, I'm happy.
So yeah, and
The only thing I don't care about is the PC gaming show. Nick,
honestly, the PC gaming show.
that's all you.
I mean, it's nothing special.
It's probably pretty boring.
It's a bunch of people selling, hey, look at this new stick of RAM.
Look at this new
Really?
look at this new 1080
Yeah, I don't even know what the PC gaming show involves.
new
It's
graphics
parts.
cards, Nvidia.
Oh, so it's mainly just like hardware?
Yeah, it's
yeah.
it's Nvidia. Just look at all the graphics cards we have.
I mean, if you're super into building a PC,
Well, yeah, I mean,
Oh.
I can see why it appeals to
Look
like
at this 1090.
a group of people.
oh, nice.
Ooh, 1080 is the highest right now, right?
Yeah, 4K.
8K.
8K gaming. I'm ready for 8K.
Yeah, it's
PC is gonna come out and be like, all right, we have 8K, 120 FPS.
I would never be surprised if like Xbox was like, we got 4K now, look at us, and then PC gaming show was like,
All you got to do is pay
8K.
$1,500 for your build.
No, here's what I need to happen. Microsoft is like 4K, and then like PC gaming show starts out, and the guy walks up there and goes 8K, and then walks off like Sony did to them.
Poor Microsoft.
Yeah,
I mean, it won't matter as much because like PC is not really a rival to the consoles.
Now, hang on. That actually, Nick made a good point with saying poor Microsoft. Do you think that Sony's going to be able to like stomp on them, or do you think that Sony's just going to bring a good show and like it's going to be neck and neck?
Honestly, Microsoft didn't do poorly enough to get
No.
stomped on.
Yeah.
So they did their games. Like, they've got things for people to be excited about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think so. I
They
mean,
definitely catered to their demographic.
I mean,
their customers.
Sony's gonna do something.
If Sony stomps on them, then it'll be truly a great day for everybody.
Yeah, there's like Sony's going to have to pull something way out.
Sony's gonna come out with 8K gaming 120 FPS for $399.
On the PS4s you already own.
Okay, if they're doing that, they're losing money. I can tell you that.
But they're gaining so many
And they're
fans.
also going to have a Ferrari instead of a Porsche.
and they're gonna backwards compatible to the PS1, PS2, and PS3. That would be ridiculous.
Jesus.
They wouldn't lose money. They'd make more money. Everyone would throw out an Xbox. and they would
No,
solve it.
if they did that, yeah.
I would give them my money.
If
I
it
would
went backwards compatible to
I
like
would pay-
OG Crash Bandicoot,
Okay,
yeah.
Game on.
$400, 120 FPS gaming. I just can't even imagine the specs. Like you would have to have like 32 gigs of RAM.
Yeah, it would be
The
insane.
like dumbest processor ever. And
Yeah, it would be seriously like a full spec PC.
But if a console's gonna do it, it would be Sony.
You're not wrong.
yeah, true. We'll see.
Anyway,
We'll see what
so
Sony does.
coming out of that,
How far are you guys in Magic Arc Jump?
let me pull that up.
I haven't even.
I-
Chase,
down-
have you not played Magic Card
I
Jump?
haven't even downloaded it yet.
What is
my
wrong with you?
Come
goodness.
on, man.
It's so good. Like honestly, I genuinely didn't like it the first time I played, and I played it a second time, and I was like, "Oh, I understand."
I
Now.
had to tell you.
Oh man, I'm playing it now because I opened it. I have to eat all those berries.
Oh no.
Oh no, food frenzy.
Oh,
I
no.
just got food fever too.
So yeah, how far are you guys, huh?
I don't even know.
I am ranked 20. I am
I'm-
not that far along.
I'm ranked 23.
Ooh, all these
24.
berries.
No.
All right, I'm ranked 61.
Shut up, Nick.
Whoa.
All right, Nick.
You also play on your iPad, which is like
Yeah, I'm so.
I
That
could
gives me a
just
great
I don't know how
edge.
that makes any
I
difference. I
could
don't know why I
download
said
it
that.
on my iPad.
You could be
won't.
playing it and recording it at the same time.
I could be playing on my iPad Pro instead of your little.
I am max level. Time to take on the league.
iPad Mini.
I just hit max level. Let's do it. Level 30, Magikarp.
All right. So it's a fun
I'm
game.
gonna
I
put this
recommend it to
away.
everybody. It's free.
Great
Yeah,
mobile game.
well, that's the coolest part. Is that it's free. It's like Pokemon Go. It's free and it's an amazing game.
Except it's not Pokemon Go.
Yeah, so you're not gonna stop playing after a week.
Yeah, because
Just kidding. That game totally held it in there for like a couple of months.
I mean,
Hey,
we
solid 2
actually
months.
went places and played it.
yeah, we went to the pier. Remember that?
that was
Yeah.
a fun month.
honestly. Do you remember going to the pier and playing Pokemon
It was
Go?
a fun month.
Yeah.
It was cool because other people did it too.
Yeah, that was the coolest part. The funny part was going on the pier and seeing the difference between the people actually fishing and the people playing Pokemon Go. You could tell exactly who was playing.
That and just the variety of people. I saw people I
absolutely.
went to high school with that were the preppy kids of
Yeah, yeah.
of high school my
like
senior
not
year.
people you'd think about being in
Well,
Pokemon.
'cause,
And I mean, they
dude,
were jamming.
Because
They're like,
everyone was the same when they were 5 and playing Pokemon.
Well, no.
mean-
Well, also think about this. It was not only nostalgia for all the Pokemon kids, but it was also a trend for all the
Yeah.
trendy kids. I guess you could say.
Yeah.
This
Which
year's
we
fidget
are
spinner.
Not.
Last year's fidget spinner.
yes.
I prefer Pokemon Go much more than fidget spinner.
I mean, most people
Speaking
probably do.
of,
We'll get to the end.
we'll get to that. Okay.
End.
Yeah, we gotta go shopping. So
Eric, Eric can't get this discount at work. Dang it! I already have a fidget
we'll
spinner.
figure it out.
Oh,
Anyway,
boy.
we'll talk about this. So, oh yeah, Nick, you were here for that conversation, were you?
I don't think I was either.
Okay,
Oh, no.
It'll. Anyways,
At the end of the episode,
Well,
we'll reveal to you guys
okay,
what next week is.
we're gonna get to the last little part of the show because
Well, yeah.
We pretty much
there's
covered.
What did
still
we do
not a lot to
this
talk about
week?
E3. All right, so this podcast is partly all about trying some new stuff, doing some new things,
Interesting things, goofy
interesting
things.
having fun with it. Last week was Second Life. I fully regret it.
I forgot about it.
Yeah, it's way back in my mind. But then this week, took a little inspiration from an article.
Yep. I think it's
Go
like
ahead, Logan.
a PC Gamer article.
Yeah, go ahead. Logan, you're the one who introduced it. So I'll
Oh,
let you
jeez.
do your
Put
thing.
this all on me. Okay, so let me look up exactly what this article is.
Just cut this
NPC.
out. You know?
No, I'm just going to awkwardly talk through the whole thing. So, anyway, we decided that we were going to do... I read an article a long time ago. It was by a guy that did a NPC Skyrim play. And he also did this in Oblivion. So he decided, of course, when Skyrim came out to do it again. It's a PC Gamer article by Christopher Livingston. And he set specific rules for himself. And the rules were you must eat and sleep regularly, walk everywhere. You can only run whenever, like, you're hunting or fighting or something like that. Do your best to avoid adventure, intrigue, and excitement. So, though if a quest seems reasonably boring or safe, it might be okay. So, for example, like when I played, I delivered some spiced beef to the Jarl for his dogs. That seems very anti-adventure. So, the Jarl was also not a great guy. No stealing. You can't join a guild to steal either, so you can't like join a guild and then just like take all their stuff.
Yeah.
Find some way to make a living that doesn't involve adventuring. Find a place to call home and maybe even land a spouse if the fates allow. Parentheses, they probably will.
Except for Eric did get a.
I don't know how he
All
pulled that
people.
up. And NPCs can't reload a previous save game if things don't go their way. Neither can Nordic. If he dies. He named his characters Nodric and Nordic. Obviously, Nordic being the Skyrim one. So those are the rules for this. First off, walking everywhere.
That sucked.
It
really
was
bad.
so
That's painful.
bad.
Well, okay. So
I played it on Xbox.
on a console, it's
Yeah.
not as painful because you can push the walking speed a little bit more.
You can. There's some variability there.
Whereas if you're playing on PC, one you have to like do
It's-
the walk command
Yeah.
for the game,
It's either on or off.
and it is the slowest walk ever. You don't keep up with the other like characters in the game. You're like trying to talk to somebody, and you're just like, "Come back here! I can't get to you."
That's when you run up to them. That's fine. That's completely warranted.
Playing on PC was super rough for that.
So,
But we all took some different approaches to this, I think.
Yeah.
Nick, you had a backstory for your character.
unfortunately, real quick, Eric isn't here. Unfortunately, because he wrote a novel for his journal. I suggested everybody do a like a character journal.
I didn't do that.
I know, but in just to kind of log what you did and everything, unless you're Saylor and you have like you can remember everything. But
be
Eric wrote pretty much a complete biography of his character, and I'm kind of sad he's not here. Hopefully, maybe we'll throw that in next week.
I think we should do another week of it too, just to kind of see.
Honestly,
the
I'm kind of
development.
cool with doing that.
I mean-
because I'll be honest,
Hang
I was
on.
only able to play like three times this week.
Funny thing we could do right now.
What?
We could give updates of our Skyrim NPC. What your Skyrim NPC do this week? And we
Yeah,
talk
yeah.
about how boring our lives are.
Make a notable break, like honestly, like put like a break there, so like where episode to episode what you did in between episodes.
do it.
Well, you guys want to do it?
Let's do it.
I mean, I still have to
Okay,
go back and go into
it's
Grandpa's
literally-
basement for Second Life.
It's literally like a disgustingly boring podcast, except we're doing it as virtual characters.
So it's fun now, right? Because it's in a video game. Because chopping wood is suddenly super fun when you're in a video game.
Well, I haven't user tested enough, so I don't really know yet. I mean, I'm down to try that.
Oh gosh.
I mean, I want to keep playing as my
Well,
NPC.
yeah, I'm down. I'll pepper it in there. I mean,
Yeah.
in between me playing Deus Ex Mankind Divided,
Yeah. Well,
way better game.
you know what's kind of fun too, though.
Ah.
When I've been playing and I'm getting to like the very boring parts of like chopping wood
Yeah.
all day, I literally just put my PlayStation on and play another game while I'm like watching him chop wood.
Yeah, because all you gotta do is click on the stump, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately for me, because I'm on console, I have to actually like look down at the
You
stump.
have to look down and then.
It's
click.
so annoying.
Well, I mean, I have to look down
Alright.
at the. But anyways,
Then
So
you pull up
Sailor.
Magikarp jump, and then
I've done that.
Let's go
Sailor,
around, yeah.
What have you done as an NPC
Alright,
in
so
Skyrim?
for my inspiration for my NPC,
Oh, I forgot to mention, you also have to start your character off at a city with minimal equipment, like usually like a
Yeah, yeah.
dagger, a little bit of gold, and like an apple or something in the clothes on your back.
I started my NPC with a little inspiration from somebody I went to college with.
No.
I'm not going to say anyone's name. I didn't really like this guy though. so I'm kind of making fun of him. But I decided
Daily.
Cut that out.
He's a musician.
We'll beep that.
He's a musician.
No.
And yeah, so I got a mod that lets me be a bard for the game. Well, so the first thing I did was like, you know what, I'm gonna go to Solitude after I chopped some wood one night to get some money to pay to go to Solitude.
Yeah,
But-
'cause that's a good 20 gold.
Yeah, well, I made like 400 gold chopping wood one night. I stayed around in Riverwood for like a couple days to kind of like get myself back on my feet, kind of thing. But then I went to the Bard College. I got a lute, I got a flute, I got a drum. And basically, what's going on now? Because I haven't fully gotten to the potential I want to be yet. But after practicing a little bit, I decided to go to the what's the Solitude? It's the
Bard's College.
inn.
Wait,
No,
what?
the inn, the tavern inn, the like Winking Skeever.
I don't know.
Yeah, okay. The Winking Skeever in Solitude. I decided that I wanted to go there and perform. And this mod gives you the option to perform. They pay you about 30 gold per night and give you room stay. So I get a free room. I get 30
That's
gold
important.
for playing.
Because
Yeah.
rooms are expensive.
Yeah, and I get gold for playing. I've kept a well-balanced diet while I chop wood during the day. I usually take my lunch to work with me. And then
This is literally what this playthrough does for you. You start to think about like, where am I gonna eat my lunch? Where am I
and
gonna
then
have my
like
dinner?
some days I have to run errands because I had to go buy some new songbooks to play
Yeah,
for people.
yeah, yeah.
I know how to play the chicken
And you
dance.
gotta fit that into your busy work schedule, right?
Yeah, I know how to play the chicken dance on the lute. Yeah, I mean,
Basically.
and I know how to play some impressive stuff too.
Fun
But
fact:
right
I
now,
had that song stuck in my head for a year and a half. No joke.
so
Fun fact.
a couple more days of chopping wood, I can probably save up, and I'm planning to go on tour. I'm trying to buy a horse before I go on tour though, because I don't want to have to pay for the.
I'm sorry.
I don't want to have to pay for the
carriage.
carriage everywhere.
Yeah, that's crazy
So
expensive.
yeah, I'm gonna buy a horse. I'm gonna go on tour. I'm gonna go play at all the different taverns.
Although, wouldn't that be cheaper than buying a horse? No, the horse is only like 1,000 gold, right?
Yeah, horse
Yeah.
is 1,000.
Wait, but a carriage ride is 20.
I mean, it ended up being cheaper, but I don't want to rely on public.
Yeah, that's
transportation.
fine. Yeah, be
I-
self-sufficient.
No, yeah, I want to be
Be an independent woman.
DIY,
Yeah. I
DIY
gotcha.
musician. So
DIH.
Do a horse.
Do your horse. Don't do your horse.
Hey,
so yeah,
Nick,
that's where I am right now. I'm saving up money to go on tour in Skyrim.
Nick, what did you do?
All right, so I actually had two characters. One of them didn't last very long.
What?
I started off shipwrecked on Solstheim, which was the Morrowind island in the
Oh,
DLC.
jeez.
And it was a little bit too adventurous because it turns out whenever the first night that you sleep in there, you actually get like transported to a mine shaft quarry and you start working on it.
Well, that's
So-
fine because then you have a job starting out.
Yeah.
That was my biggest problem. I couldn't find a job.
Yeah, so you're pretty much forced into work. But since you're at the Dragonborn and all, you obviously get broken free.
Oh, of course.
So
They
I
keep trying to
realized
push you into being the Dragonborn.
I realized that was a little bit too adventurous for my character. So my character's goal was to get off Solstheim, which eventually I made enough money to buy passage off the island. And honestly, that's where I called it quits on that character because it had a little bit too much adventure. And so immediately after that, I made a refugee from Morrowind and pretty much lived out their life through another Live Your Life a Different Way mod. And, you know, he was all right. I had to go around collecting alchemy ingredients, and that's pretty much all I did.
You make some money doing that.
Yeah, you can, except I usually broke even pretty much the entire time. Somehow. Probably, you know, there was a night that I went to the bar and drank instead of went to go to sleep and passed out at the bar. And I think that's where most of my money went. I can't remember because, you know, drank a little bit too much. But anyway, I never really found a place to where I could call home. So I ended up buying a bodyguard, hiring a bodyguard to go with me. So I traveled from Winterhold, I think.
Or,
Winter.
which place are you thinking of?
The one with the Nords and the segregated
Windhelm.
Windhelm. Yeah. So I started there, and that's where my refugee character started because they had the slums area with the dark elves, and that's what the character I was playing was a dark elf. And that's where you come from Morrowind. That's where I ended up. So I decided I didn't want to be pushed down and segregated anymore. So I actually bought a Riften, I went to Riften with my bodyguard, walked the whole way there. It was miserable.
Jesus, that's awful. Why didn't you just buy a carriage?
Because I am an alchemist who has to pick up ingredients on the way.
Oh, so you saw that as like a business opportunity?
Yeah, that's how I was gonna make.
Wait, but let's just backtrack. You walked the entire way there.
Yes.
That sounds terrible.
I
have trouble walking across town.
Did you stop to sleep?
I actually had another. I bought a tent before I went.
Oh,
So I actually
is that a mod?
Yeah.
Okay.
I also had a campfire and all that stuff. So it was I got to fully immerse myself as I walked across Skyrim. Oh.
Fully immersed as an NPC. That sounds terrible.
It was a couple hours. I was just picking up ingredients almost. I would say nonstop, but there was quite a bit of in between time from ingredient to ingredient because they are everywhere. But also I'm walking, so. Oh God.
So now you have a better appreciation for when you fast travel somewhere and an NPC takes forever to get there to meet you.
Yeah.
You just understand now, right?
Also, the amount of wolves on the road. I have fully stocked in pelts now.
There's a lot.
I'm glad. I was a very good decision to get a bodyguard. Man. But honestly, that's about all I could stand after that. Because I made the alchemy ingredients. I got 1,000 gold. And that's where I called it quits. That's where I stopped playing for then.
I don't even know what 1,000 gold looks like.
I'm almost to 1,000 gold.
Whatever.
It just, dude, food is so expensive.
Okay, so Chase, I just want to highlight the fact that you've never played Skyrim.
Yeah, I bought the game because it was super cheap one day, and then I played it maybe 20, 30 minutes, and I got busy doing something else, and then I just never played it again.
I just want to highlight also the fact of how you started off trying to chop a tree down.
The very first time I ever I was like, how am I supposed to get wood? I don't understand that. So I took a battle axe and I just started chopping it a tree. I swear it's all I probably did that for about 5 or 10 minutes until finally I figured out, that's not how I'm gonna get my
5
wood.
or 10 minutes.
It's not Minecraft.
Because I started hitting other trees, but so I started out in River Run. Obviously, because I walked there with that dude, man, because I was afraid. He got my back though.
Yeah.
So I walked there and I just picked up, I dropped what I didn't need it. I picked up a few little essentials. What?
Oh, I'm just playing my phone chords.
Sitting there shaking your head, playing with a chord. I went to Whiterun, and that's pretty much where I spent all of my time chopping wood.
How'd you get into Whiterun?
I walked.
No, but how'd you get in?
Oh, I told them I was like, hey, I got news of.
Oh, see, as my character, I refused to tell him that there was news about a dragon because I was like, I can't adventure, and that sounds like adventure. So I literally just left.
I don't think it's an adventure. I'm just saying, hey, there was a dragon. He's like,
I probably
should
have just told him that, but
to be fair, there was a dragon. That was hey, someone should go deal with that.
But my theory, my NPC was like, I never saw a dragon.
Yeah,
they don't exist.
I think the highlight of mine was obviously I chopped wood to get the money to start buying certain things I needed because I was going to go more the huntsman route. Well, I went to go went to go hunt a mammoth, and because I played it once before, I forgot there was giants over there. So I go over and I shoot the mammoth, and then this giant looks at me, and I'm like, "That's not good."
Yeah, because that's their pets.
Yeah, so I started kind of briskly walking back to the White Run, and in the process, the stable dude, I don't remember his name, got killed. So I walked inside, came back out, and the giant was gone. And I was like, all right, cool. Well, I found him laying on the ground dead, and I was like, okay, I could probably get away with going just looking to see what he has, because I mean, he don't need it anymore, and that's not technically stealing-ish. So I went and I found his house key, and I was like, perfect. Now I kind of have a place to live. Well, I forgot because it's technically still owned by him, even though he's dead. I can't sleep there. And I was like, whatever. So I walked in. I didn't steal anything. I just took the things that I could harvest. So like food. As long as it didn't say steal, I didn't take it. And everything was going great. And I was about to leave. And his wife came back. And I was like, sup, bruh? And she's like, you're not supposed to be here. And I was like, all right, I'm going to get out of here. And before I did, she picked up a sword and started going ham on me. And I was like, this ain't good. And so I was like, I made a split-second decision. Do I defend myself or do I just try to run away? So I shot her in the face with an arrow, and she didn't make it. And then I took her stuff, and I felt kind of bad. But, I mean, you know, again, she's not going to use it, so I might as well.
I mean, if you're going to kill one member, might as well kill all the members.
Exactly. And I'm thinking, like, man, is there a third one? Because I tried to go sleep in the bed again, and it said owned, and I was like, well... So I'm definitely probably gonna have to try a second character to try to tone that down a little bit.
Nah.
You
it
were
sounds
a
like you're off to a
huntsman.
good start.
Of the world's most dangerous game.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
But no, I do want to try to
creepy.
do the whole hunting thing. I'm gonna try to go snag me some bear. That's my
Yeah.
goal. Is the bears.
Yeah.
Bears will wreck your world.
Yeah.
I would recommend starting with wolves.
I started
or
with the
foxes,
wolves.
At
Rabbits.
the most wolves.
rabbits, deer.
Deer.
You know, the real.
Deer take like 6 arrows to
Yeah,
kill.
it's
kill.
stupid. I shot one in the face and it just looked at me and then it ran away. And I was like, well, I'm gonna try to run after you, but you know,
There's-
it's your level 1, so like your
You know?
stamina's like, you know, the size of your pinky.
You
So
should-
you're like, never mind.
You should definitely start off with a chicken. There's one in
I
River Run.
shot the chicken and it was like, hey, you committed a crime, and I was like, what the heck?
He already fell for it. Dang
He
it.
already went for it.
Yeah, I did already.
It's
went
okay.
for
The
that.
goats are way easier to kill.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, nobody cares about those.
Okay, what about the bulls?
Same thing. Nobody cares about those.
I'm sure they don't.
It's only the chickens that they care
Of
about. I
course,
promise.
it's just the chickens. All right, Logan.
So I created an old man. So here's the thing. I didn't just go into this thinking I'm gonna be NPC. I also was like, I'm gonna have like a certain like outlook on things. So I was like, I'm gonna be a bitter old man. So I started off at White Run and they wouldn't let me in. So I'm like, all right, screw you guys. So I was like, oh, I need to go somewhere else. So I went to the carriage and
We told you where to go.
what?
We told you where to go.
You guys told me to go to Markarth, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to Markarth. But the carriage guy was like, hey, it's going to be this much gold. So I was like, okay, cool. I don't have that much. So I went and picked some potatoes and sold them. Potatoes. Yeah, fun fact. Any farm there, you can pick the like crops and like sell them to the people. That's kind of... Now, hang on.
They're paying you for work.
As playing an NPC, you kind of start to appreciate all of like the details that game has. Because the thing is, I never... ever as a true adventurer like the Dragonborn and everything would have picked potatoes and sold them.
Yeah.
But yet you shoot their chicken and try to sell them their stuff, and they get all pissed.
Well, like at no point as the Dragonborn, and I have dragon shouts, and I have like all these superpowers, am I gonna go pick potatoes and sell them to
well,
somebody?
even like chopping wood, you make a ton of money.
You make a ton of money.
Ton of money, and you would never would. I never would have done that just playing through.
Yeah, unless I was
I mean,
trying to like
I
make
did.
arrows or something.
I did.
But like,
Shut
would
up,
you? Yeah. Anyway, so, so I picked potatoes, made enough gold, and made my way to Markarth. Markarth is stupid.
Very stupid.
I went inside. Somebody got killed. Some dude was like, "Hey, durga. I bet you saw what happened." I was like, "Nah, man, I didn't see what happened. I don't want anything to do with this." And he's like, "No, seriously, you saw what happened." So he hands me a note, and he's like, "Hey, I think you dropped this." I'm like, "No, I definitely didn't." And he kept saying the same thing over and over again. He's like, "No, seriously, I think this was yours." So finally, I was like, "Fine, whatever, dude." And I like exited out of that conversation, dropped the note, and walked away. He never
Nice.
bothered me again. So. Went to the inn, found out that food is really expensive.
Yeah.
My goodness. I had like 6 gold. Food with 16 gold. So
I went outside Markarth, found a mine, mined some stuff. I was walking out of the mine. This is where kind of adventure starts. I mean, adventure as far as an NPC goes. There was a dog chasing a little girl, and he was barking at her, and she was running away. I was like, man, this dog's gonna tear her up if he gets a hold of her.
Oh, I just saw what happened.
I just like, well, I walked up, I smacked that dog one good time with that pickaxe.
You that old man. You gotta.
Yeah, I was like, man, stupid dog.
You're away from that
I
real
don't know
girl.
why you had to use the pickaxe.
I know. Well, I just got in the mine, so I was still.
It was in his hand.
Yeah. Is it my?
Yeah.
No, literally, it was in my hand. Because every time they make me put my pickaxe away when I'd like mine something, I got it back out when I was
I
done.
mean, you have a left hand that you could have hit it with.
I know, right? Whatever. This
but
game.
you used your right hand.
Anyway, so I smacked that dog one good time. Apparently, that wasn't the best idea. So all the villagers were mad at me, so they started attacking me. But the guard was mad at them for attacking me. Yeah, that's where things get kind of weird. I ran.
Oh, I just want to try to chill out, man.
No, because they were trying to kill me.
Let
So
the
I
guard
ran. No, hang on. There was like 4 of them.
He ran so far
There was
away.
one of me. I wasn't even halfway through level 1.
Oh.
I ran. But the guard ended up killing all of them except for the little girl. But he killed the dog.
Did he kill the dog?
He killed the dog and he killed the dude and the lady, and I walked with the lady when she was on the ground, and
You loot that?
she had
Yep.
some miner's clothes. I still had sackcloth on, so I was like, you don't need this anymore.
But hey, okay, look, all you guys are awful people.
Not
My
me.
character.
Okay, listen, you
Has
downloaded
been-
a mod. We had to work with what we had.
Listen, hang on.
you
That
downloaded a mod that was
mod-
literally
downloaded a
be an
mod.
NPC.
that mod has not really given me any more money. If
Other
anything,
than a
it's cost
job,
me some
I had to
more
find a
money.
job, and that
I
was
chopped
mining.
wood as a job.
Okay, listen. If you saw a dog chasing after a little girl, what would you do?
You know what?
They were
my,
playing.
my NPC.
I didn't know that.
My NPC respects women and respects animals,
Okay,
and is a good spouse.
but that girl was running. She
Listen,
looked terrified.
My NPC though is a good spouse.
Hey, can I tell my NPC story?
Actually, little kids can't die, so regardless if the dog caught up.
Okay, fine.
probably why I
fine,
didn't die
fine.
after I shot him in the
Moving on.
face.
I'm not even going to tell anything else about this. The girl and the dog and whatever.
I shot the kid in the face. And they
Either way,
didn't
everybody
die,
died. So, I needed more gold because I didn't. Oh, that's the thing is there was a nice man outside the mine that bought all my ore from me, but I still didn't have enough gold. So I went over to the farm that was literally right across, convenient, and bought picked some potatoes, sold those, bought myself a hunting bow. That was really expensive. Didn't have
Yep.
enough money to stay the night. I stayed the night sleeping, or waiting on the bar stool.
River Run has one for free. In the middle.
Wow.
They allow
That
you.
would've been handy.
They allow you to take that and the chopping wood axe. There's 2 in there.
That would have been really handy.
Yeah.
Guess what you couldn't do in Markarth?
What?
Chop wood or sleep for free.
Oh, well, that sucks.
So anyway, so I just sat at the bar all night, woke up, went back to the mine. There was nothing to mine. Mined it all the day before. So I decided to go fishing. Grab some fish. Decided to go downstream. Grab some fish. Decided to go further downstream. Forsworn. That was,
For the Forsworn.
that was the moment that I realized Markarth is a really sketchy and dangerous place. I didn't want to be there anymore, so I was like, all right, screw this place.
Why'd you go there?
I don't know. So I went back to the carriage and I booked passage to Solitude. You know what Solitude has? Job opportunities.
Oh, really?
I was able to pick crops. I was able to chop some wood. I was able to do lots of things. Oh, forgot to mention, while I was in Markarth, I totally made a delivery for 250 gold. The Jarl pays well there. So that's how I managed to get passage. But got to Solitude. Job opportunities are looking promising. There was a dude executed the moment that I walked in.
Yeah.
But he was a traitor. But here's the thing.
Yeah, people keep asking me about that. I'm just like, I don't care. Like, I just,
Here's the thing, though. Solitude. That's where the Imperial Army is at, so they can fight the traditional Nords and everything. I'm a Red Guard, so I don't care. Yeah. But I don't think Forsworn are going to be anywhere near there.
No.
So my guy's happy.
End of story.
And yeah, end of story. Like I'm in
Yeah.
Solitude, land
I mean-
of opportunity. I'm ready
What's
and
the
raring
biggest?
to go.
What's the biggest town there? Is it Solitude?
I mean,
well, they all have like
they're all pretty
different-
big.
Okay,
Like,
because I've been looking
Riften's
for.
pretty big.
I've been looking for a
Riften,
job.
Riften's
opportunity.
big. There's just it's kind of slummy.
Windhelm is pretty massive.
Windhelm's huge, but
Is it also slummy?
It's
It's
all covered in
trashed.
snow.
well, it's like trashed
Well,
from
there's
the
a s-
war and all that.
Well, not really. Like there's the market district, and there's also
Yeah.
like the rich district. But then there's
then
a
there's-
slum district where all like the dark elves and
That's
everything.
where that's where I refuged.
Nice.
Yeah,
You're a dark elf, aren't you?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
I'm
You're worth nothing.
on it. I mean, as far as like traditional big city, like Solitude, probably.
Yeah.
It's the capital.
Honestly, yeah. Solitude is probably the biggest city there. If we're being honest, like the biggest, nicest place.
Yeah, it's where they got where you can train the army. Where, there's the castle, big old castle. It's where the Wabbajack's at.
Yeah, some guy came up to me about his master.
I forgot about that.
He didn't tell me about that.
That's not much of an adventure. It's just like, hey, master, where
Honestly,
you
yeah.
at?
Like you could totally get a Wabbajack out of like
I told him I didn't
non-adventure.
care. Listen, all I care about is music.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that was our playthrough as Skyrim NPCs.
That'll continue.
I'm ready to hear Eric's story because he's got a story and he's been very hush about it.
I want to start
Kinda,
over. I think I'm going to start over because I
Why?
Because he screwed up.
Because I
he
screwed
did,
up.
He did screw
No,
up.
I did screw up.
I don't think you did. That was self-defense.
It was self-defense, but
I think
shouldn't
that
have
would be
been
a
in
good
there.
reason to flee.
I think you
I
should
should.
turn yourself in.
I tried.
A good NPC would turn himself
When I
in.
killed the chicken, I tried to turn myself in, and then the guard killed me. I walked up like no weapon in hand, like hands up, walked up, and then he killed me.
Seriously. Oh, I forgot to also mention in Markarth, I was trying to find work. So I went to the really big mine that they had there, and it's run by the Silver-Blooded family or whatever. And they literally told me, hey, you're not a convict. You can't work here. I was like, but I want to work here. And the guy
Also-
literally told me, if he finds me stealing anything, he's going to break my neck. I left.
Hey, do you remember when you walked into that store and they're like, "Welcome,"
Oh,
and then they
yeah.
immediately like told you to get
I
out?
forgot. I had gotten into Markarth. I walked in like the general trade store, and they're like, "Welcome, come on in. Just let me know if you want anything." And I went up to like talk to the lady, but before I could talk to her, she's like, "You're not supposed to be here." I was like, okay.
Okay.
It's your bedtime.
Yeah, I know, right? So I was like, and I kind of like continued to walk up, and I got up to the counter before I could talk to her again. She's like, "You're not supposed to be here." I took that as like a sign that I wasn't supposed to be there.
Really? What gave it away?
The
So that-
time of the day.
That was our experience with Skyrim, and hopefully we'll continue that.
Yeah.
Tell us your experiences down below.
I was about to say, no, honestly, if you've played Skyrim and you kind of like, you played it
Yeah,
a few times,
I
I highly
encourage-
recommend going back and doing this. It's
I encourage
really
people
fun.
to try to do it.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
It's
and like
difficult.
seriously, if you need the article that's about, just literally type in Skyrim playthrough NPC.
It'll be in the
on
description.
like Google or something. We're not gonna put it in the description. We're
okay.
too lazy for that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I'm gonna put it in the description now.
all right, there you go.
It's
You
in the
will.
description.
Break.
So, but anyway, like look it up, and it's actually first off, it's a really fun article to read because
Yeah.
it's really silly to like read how he goes through everything, and I mean, come on, it inspired us all to go and do it ourselves. So
Yeah.
it's a really interesting way to play a game, and actually. Fun fact, it kind of translates over into, I've been playing Deus Ex Mankind Divided. I finally beat Dishonored 2, and I've been playing that. And I've noticed, like, whenever I'm in the city, I'm inclined to walk instead of run. Because it just feels more natural. It feels more immersive.
What's funny is I've done that kind of thing in games for a bit. Just
Yeah.
because like the cinematic aspect
yeah,
of it.
yeah. Or like, for example, think of like Grand Theft Auto when every once in a while you'll follow road rules. And actually like stop at the lights and stuff.
Yeah.
And then you realize how much of a waste of time it is, and then you go and do whatever.
Yeah.
Also, I know how many of you guys actually have Grand Theft Auto 5?
I do.
Have what?
Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For PS3.
Are you, Chase?
I think I have a copy of it.
For PSC.
Do you guys want to go and play as NPCs in that game?
That would be.
I feel like that's hard.
really interesting. Would it be hard?
What would you
Would
do?
it be?
What would you do as far
can't
as a job?
Yeah. work.
Like, how are you making money? How are you living?
On the see, and that's the thing is we'd have to figure that out.
You could play as a stockbroker.
There you go.
Yeah, you could in the fifth
And
game.
never leave your house.
I honestly need a reason to get it for a PC.
Well,
Like
there it is.
honestly, I feel like
Who can build the best stock? There it is. Who can have the best portfolio? at the end of the
So
week?
you run out of money.
what a 2017 way to play a game.
Out of
Stockbroking.
Everything you can do in that game, we stockbroke. Yep, there it is.
Oh man, honestly, Chase, there you go. That is this mic's here.
Is that my job for the week?
That's your job. No, seriously. When we do the MP, I don't think we're gonna do it this week because actually, let's talk about
Also-
what's this week.
Well,
But no, I think that should be
yeah,
something
I don't have a
in
lot
the
of
future.
I don't think I have direct access to my copy of GTA 5 right now. Anyways,
Yeah.
I need to get.
That's
it
something
for
that
PC.
we should do in the future, though. I think we need to do more research and to see if that's possible.
Yeah.
But I think that it could be potentially really
All
fun.
right. Well, this week we're gonna try. Me and Logan talked about this. Eric knows. We're gonna try fidget spinners this week. We're gonna see.
What are we
the
gonna
hype
do?
is about.
Okay,
no,
now
we're just
look,
gonna try.
I'm not talking about like taking fidget spinners out, and being trendy with it, like showing.
No.
I'm talking about using a fidget spinner for its intended purpose.
focusing.
Like watch, like my brother has one, so I picked it up and was watching TV, and I was like, I'm gonna do this fidget spinner, watch TV, and I can't give a full report yet, but I feel like it might be helping me focus a little bit more on the TV.
Focusing on TV. Yep, that's what.
No, I mean like focusing like on like story.
Yeah, I got you.
Like I'm watching like shows that actually have like in-depth story. I'm not just watching like cartoons with it.
Maybe I can finally make it through Breaking Bad.
Yeah, honestly,
That's true.
I've been watching Preacher. With
That's
it.
a good. Hang on, that's a good test. Take a show that you weren't able to finish before, or like weren't able to focus on.
The first 5 episodes of Breaking Bad made it through those.
Breaking Bad.
Didn't
period.
Go,
for
didn't
me.
go any. That's a lot of people's experience with Breaking Bad.
Yep.
It's funny to see how popular that show is, but how many people have said that they weren't able to continue watching it.
Yeah.
I intend to eventually go back and watch it, but if I'm being completely honest with myself, this ain't gonna happen.
It's just
Well, now that you got a fidget spinner, why don't you try it?
Like, no, seriously.
with the power of the fidget spinner, you too can finish Breaking Bad.
But wait, there's more. No, seriously, I got to the episode in Breaking Bad where it was an entire episode about a fly. I couldn't.
I skipped that episode.
Did you really?
I skipped it. Like I watched 5 minutes of it and I said skip. Went to the next episode.
I couldn't do it. But see, the thing is, I feel like that's just like that defeats the purpose entirely.
The next episode was great though.
Yeah.
I mean, once you got past that one, because I watched that episode and I was like,
Yeah.
this is dumb. I was like, this
It
is
really
about a
was.
fly.
It literally was about a fly
Now,
in the
when
lab.
I went and I read the synopsis, it totally made sense.
Well, yeah, because I get the psychological effect behind it and everything.
But again, it was just it was so
but
dumb.
watching it at first is just really silly. But
I
I
don't-
get that
yeah.
how it was like a symbolism for
Spoilers.
each of the
What
characters.
about
Spoilers.
Danny Trejo's head on a tortoise?
That was hilarious.
Goodness. Well, that's. I feel like we're
Yeah.
we're chasing off rabbit trails.
We're starting to wrap up here.
So
So,
that's yeah. That's
next
it.
week fidget spinners.
Fidget spinners, the rest of
We can
E3.
continue rest of E3, and we can continue
Our Skyrim topic.
Skyrim NPCs a little bit.
Yeah.
We'll sprinkle it in. Maybe not talk about it next week, but
Yeah.
we'll sprinkle it in.
And
Just
then
throw it
as
in
far
there.
as like the main topic for next week, I assume
E3.
probably the rest of E3 will be the main topic.
because there's still so much more to happen.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Sony.
Sony,
Bethesda.
Ubisoft.
Ubisoft.
No big ears.
I mean, I care.
Hang on.
It'll be
Just
funny.
real
Far
quick.
Cry 5.
Ubisoft does Assassin's Creed, right?
Assassin's Creed,
Yep.
Far
Then
Cry.
I don't care.
Far Cry.
Far Cry I care about. Okay, that's a different story. Sorry. Oh yeah, we never did talk about Assassin's Creed.
We didn't.
There's not much to talk about.
Honestly, hang on.
It's in
hang on.
Egypt. Yu-Gi-Oh
Hang on.
crossover.
Us not talking about Assassin's Creed literally says what we think
It
about it.
wasn't very memorable, but I think that does us in for this week. So
Yep.
So yep.
Thanks for joining us on.
if you made it this far,
Filling
Thank you so much.
space.
filling things
So much.
Wait, I don't know.
So much.
so much,
Filling objects.
Bye.